I was unable to pay him child support for a child that I was caring for. I was the one taking care of his daily stuff, on top of having to pay a man child support that he's not staying with. You ain't getting shit.
If you enjoy intense courtroom moments like this, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. Now, this hearing is pure chaos from start to finish. We're watching a heated dispute between a mother who refuses to pay the child support she legally owes and a father who's calmly trying to set things straight. The mom completely loses composure during the hearing, throwing out excuses and emotional outbursts while the dad manages to stay surprisingly composed, even earning support from friends who joined the Zoom session in solidarity. What makes this case even more dramatic is that the mother already lost custody of her children and now owes over $3,000 in back payments. Instead of taking responsibility, she's doing everything possible to avoid paying. The tension builds fast, the arguments spiral, and what follows is a courtroom meltdown that's equal parts dramatic and unbelievable. Let's jump in and see exactly how this one unravels.
Has the mother made any direct payments to you for the support of the children?
No, sir.
Do you have any additional information you'd like to offer to the court as it relates to this case?
No extra information. Well, you know what? She did. My son did run away when he was in the summer of before he turned 18, and then he went to go live with his brother. So that would that's what he did, and so he's lived with his brother for I say about 7-8 months. I can't remember the exact time. It's been a long time.
It's been a year.
And did you agree during that time frame for the child to live with someone else?
Yeah,
No.
to live with his brother.
No.
Ms. Hagwood, no one's asking you a question right now.
And just to confirm, sir, about how long did the child live with the other sibling?
It's about 7 or 8 months, I believe. I am kind of off. Like I said, it's been a very long time.
Ma'am, can I get you to state your name for the record?
Sherry Ann Baldwin.
I'm sorry, is your last name also Hagwood?
That's my maiden name, and it's Haygood.
Haygood. Okay, thank you, ma'am. As it relates to the child support judgment, the state has calculated that you owe a total of $2,367.20 as of March 31st, 2024. I'm requesting that you pay that back at $150 per month. Are you in agreement to that amount, ma'am?
No, sir.
Explain to the court why you're not in agreement to the amount that you owe.
Well, I got a phone call.
You can practically feel the tension radiating from the mother, Sherry Hagwood, through the screen. The judge's tone makes it clear he's running out of patience, and you can see why. She keeps cutting off the father mid-sentence, trying to twist the narrative while offering little more than deflection. Meanwhile, in the corner of the Zoom call, one of the dad's friends quietly watches it all play out like a live show, clearly rooting for justice to be served. What's interesting here is how composed the father remains. He doesn't raise his voice or react emotionally. He just sits there confident, letting the court process speak for itself. It's one of those hearings that's so tense, you can almost feel the awkward silence between each interruption. Let's keep watching to see how the judge handles her constant talking over others and what excuse she throws out next.
February 1st of 2022 from my oldest son, who is, Lewis isn't the father, Dylan Haygood. And he told me that my son Lewis is there. He's been thrown out. And he doesn't know what to do. So I start helping. Lewis comes over here and he's staying with me for a few weeks. He's staying with his brother. And then finally he moves in with me April 1st of 22. And he's been away from his father ever since. Me and his brother's been caring for him, his eyeglasses, his doctor's appointments, getting him to court. I have documentation from the court stating that he was with me and his brother, probation officers that are willing to whatever y'all need them to write up. But I was unable to pay him child support for a child that I was caring for.
And during that time, thank
That's
you,
just
ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. And during that time frame, when the child started to reside with you, did you petition the court to change the child support to reflect
Yes,
that
sir.
the child was living with you?
Yes, sir. I called y'all immediately and I emailed the court paper that I had stating that he was living with his brother. And then I went and got the lady told me to do this.
Ms. Hagan?
The whatever child support officer I spoke with told me to go file this with the courts, and it's my name is Sherry Ann Baldwin. I am the mother and the child of Luis Mendoza. He has resided with me since April 1st, 2022, and is currently residing in Johnson County, and it's signed and dated.
Again,
And
Ms.
then,
Hagan,
pardon me.
The question that was asked is, did you petition the court to change the child support amount? Now, did you file a paperwork stating that the child was living with you? My question was, did you petition the court to request that the child support be changed to reflect that the child was residing with you?
Yes, sir, I did.
What's their case number, ma'am?
Well, I called y'all and told you that he was living with me and not the father. She told me to send in the paperwork that I had, so I did. And then she said she had 190 days to contact the father and that y'all would get a hold of me. And then she said that they froze the funds. And so I don't know.
At this point, it's hard not to call her story what it is: completely unbelievable. Her claim that she somehow didn't realize she needed to contact the court to modify her child support order just doesn't hold up. Anyone familiar with family law knows that if circumstances change, like the child living elsewhere, you still have to file a formal motion to adjust the payments. Ignoring the system doesn't make the debt disappear. It only builds over time. It's either a complete lack of understanding or a calculated move to avoid paying. The father mentioned that the child was living with a relative, but that doesn't automatically cancel financial obligations. The process must go through the court, period. Her confusion, or pretense of confusion, just raises more doubts about her credibility. Let's see if she manages to come up with anything that makes sense as this hearing continues. Though so far, nothing really adds up.
All right, and as it relates to the medical support, ma'am, the state has calculated that you owe a total of $849.32 as of March 31st, 2024, and requesting that you pay that back at $50 per month. Are you in agreement to that amount, ma'am?
No, sir.
And could you explain to the court why you're not in agreement to paying that amount?
Because I feel like I was the one caring for his needs. I was the one taking care of his daily stuff, on top of having to pay a man child support that he's not staying with. I don't have extra money like that. I can't be taking him to the eye doctor and to appointments and feeding him and clothing him and paying him his father child support.
And just to confirm, ma'am, when you say that you're paying the father child support for a child that's residing with you, when exactly did you pay those amounts to the father?
I have documentation of every child support payment I ever made, and I have documentation of it.
And ma'am, were you able to review the report that was provided on the screen as it relates to the child support payment?
I couldn't really see. But I
Would you like
stopped
me to
paying after April
of what year, ma'am?
22. I stopped paying, and that's when I went and got the documentation that he was living with me full time.
All right, we have to understand one thing. The Attorney General's office is not the court. You can ask the AG's office to do a lot of stuff. You can ask them questions. You can ask them to file something for you that might help you, but they're not the court.
I love how the judge doesn't let her off easy. His patience is wearing thin, and he starts pressing her with basic questions she should have known the answers to years ago. They've been divorced for nearly a decade. So pretending she didn't know she had to contact the court for any support changes just doesn't fly. At this point, you can tell he's preparing to call her out in full. The tension hits its peak as she begins to spiral, cutting in and raising her voice while the judge keeps his composure like a pro. What about to happen next is a total meltdown. She goes off the rails, and the judge finally steps in to put her in her place. It's one of those moments where justice and frustration collide perfectly on screen, and you can't look away. Let's see how this dramatic final exchange plays out.
If you don't file anything with the court, then it's almost like nothing ever happened, because the AG has discretion to do what they like, which means they could file something or they could not file something. They didn't file anything. Separately, what you're supposed to do is file something with the court, and nothing was ever filed with the court. I don't work for the AG's office. The judges in the courthouse don't work for the AG's office. So you can tell me all day long that you talked to the AG's office, but that's not the court. So I can't modify your order. You were responsible to modify your own order if the AG didn't want to help you, or if you wanted to do it on your own. It's very simple to do. Um, and that hasn't happened. So you owe these arrears. It's a very small amount. You owe the full amounts that are owed. You decided not to make payments. So you owe $2,367.20, payable at $150 a month, and medical support arrears of $849.32, payable at $50 a month. If there's money on hold, then they will try to forward that towards those amounts. And then if there's any remaining balance, then those are the monthly payments. All right, y'all are done with court. You can press leave on the Zoom to exit out. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Judge.
You ain't getting shit.
Hey, good. You want me to find you in contempt of court? Ms. Haygood, I can fine you $50 for contempt of court for cussing in my court. So please, don't act like a child. We don't need
I
that.
thought I was off. I thought I hit the button. I'm sorry.
Okay, be respectful. All right, y'all can press leave to exit out, please.
That ending was brutal and honestly pretty embarrassing for her. After all that chaos, it's hard to imagine she'll ever actually pay what she owes. From the looks of it, this case went nowhere after the hearing, but based on her behavior, it's safe to assume she let default. Ironically, while the father might not deserve the full $3,000 depending on custody circumstances, her attitude in court did her no favors. Her outburst, caught live on Zoom, was a textbook example of what not to do in front of a judge. Even the $50 fine she got for mouthing off felt generous. It could have easily been much higher. Speaking like that during an official proceeding not only disrespects the court, but undermines her entire position. It's no wonder she lost custody to begin with. Overall, this hearing was a wild ride. Part drama, part cautionary tale. If you enjoyed this breakdown, leave a comment below with your thoughts. Hit that like button and subscribe for more courtroom analysis. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.